Hey, what's happening everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff to cover in this video because over the past couple of days, Niantic has made a flurry of various announcements and I want to cover all of it within one video. So first and foremost, we have all the content that's going to be coming to Pokemon Go in the month of November, and I have to tell you, this is looking to be one of the best months of Pokemon Go we've had all year. And then on top of that, we have information regarding the Harvest Festival event, which is going to be happening in November. And that event is looking to be really good for a variety of different reasons. And then on top of that, we're having something called Max Monday, which is going to be very similar to the Wednesday raid hours and the Tuesday spotlight hours, but it's going to be all about Dynamax battles. And I do think we need to talk about that. So the first thing we're going to cover today is going to be regarding all the content in the month of November. And like I said before, this is looking to be one of the best months of content that we've had all year. You will want to pay attention to this because there's going to be some raid bosses that you will want to raid, as well as some key events that you will not want to miss out on. The month of November is going to be all about raid battles. There's going to be a flurry of different raid bosses happening this month, and you will not want to miss out on a couple of them. The featured Pokemon for the month of November is going to be Regieleki, Regidrago, as well as Dynamax Drillbur. These are some pretty exciting Pokemon, but they're not necessarily the ones that I'm going to be focusing on. We'll get more into that later, but next let's move on to what's going to be happening in Max Battles. We're going to have Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble in Max Battles. And then for Max Mondays, which I'll get into later in this video, we're going to have Dynamax Charmander on November 11th, Dynamax Drillbur on November 18th, and then Dynamax Bulbasaur on November 25th. Next, let's talk about those raid battles because, like I said, this is going to be an insane month of raiding. First and foremost, we got Lugia happening in raid battles from November 4th until November 18th, and then from November 18th until the 27th, we're going to have both Origin Form Dialga as well as Origin Form Palkia. If you did not get a good one of these Pokemon during the Go Tour event, this is going to be your opportunity. Make sure you raid for both of these Pokemon because they are going to be a high priority. And then from November 27th until December 3rd, we're going to have 4 raid bosses within 5-star raids. You're going to come across either Zacian, Zamazenta, Regieleki, or Regidrago. There's going to be a whole variety of different raid bosses during this month, and almost every single one of them are relevant in some way. Now let's go back to Lugia because a lot of people might be feeling like this is not necessarily an important raid boss, but do keep in mind that any Lugia that you catch during this time period is going to have the featured attack Aeroblast. This is one of the most powerful moves for this Pokemon, so if you end up getting yourself a 100% IV Lugia, or if you're incredibly lucky and pick up a Shundo, it's going to have the powerful attack Aeroblast. And that's the move that is essential for this Pokemon for being a top tier raid attacker as well as a top tier Pokemon for the Master League. Next up, let's talk about what's going to be in Mega Raids. We're going to have Mega Manectric on November 4th until November 11th, and then Mega Salamence is going to be in Mega Evolution Raids from November 11th to November 18th. And then from November 18th until the 27th, we're going to have both Mega Beedrill as well as Mega Ampharos, and then from the 27th to the 3rd, we're going to have Mega Altaria. And then in terms of 5-star Shadow raids, we're going to have Shadow Suicune in raids during the weekends in November. But the thing is, Shadow Suicune isn't that great from a gameplay point of view, so this is not necessarily something you need to prioritize. Next up, let's talk about all the in-game events that will be happening in the month of November. First and foremost, we got a Go Battle weekend coming from November 2nd until the 3rd, and then we got a Harvest Festival event on the 7th until the 12th. There's going to be a lot of stuff with this Harvest event that you will want to pay attention to. We'll get more into it later, but yeah, I really do think this is an event you will not want to miss out on. And then during the Harvest Festival event on November 10th, we're going to have the November Community Day. And then from the 15th to the 17th, we're going to have an event called Simply Groundbreaking. I'm assuming this is going to be a ground type event, so maybe there's going to be something related to ground types that you will want to pay attention to. And then from November 18th until the 22nd, we got the Into the Wild event. And then on November 23rd to the 24th, we're going to have Pokemon GO's first ever wild area event. And this is going to be the global version. And then from the 27th until the 1st, we're going to have the Max Out Finale event. Next, let's talk about the Spotlight hours for the month of November. On November 5th, we're going to have Surskit in the Spotlight with a 2x Transfer Candy bonus. Smoliv is going to be in the Spotlight on November 12th with a 2x Evolution bonus. And then on November 19th, we're going to have Teddy Ursa with a double catch Stardust bonus. And then Combee is going to be in the spotlight on November 19th with a 2x catch Stardust bonus. And then Joltik is going to be in the spotlight on November 26th with a 2x catch experience bonus. It's really cool that we're getting 2 weeks in a row of a catch Stardust bonus for spotlight hours. So if you're low on Stardust, this is going to be a prime month for you to get a whole bunch of Stardust. And then finally, let's talk about all of the raid hours happening this month. On November 6th and the 13th, we're going to have Lugia in raid battles during raid hour. But on November 19th, we're going to have Nihilego, and then on November 20th, we're going to have Tapu Koko, and then on the 21st, we're going to have Dialga Origin Form, and then on the 22nd, we're going to have a raid hour for Palkia Origin Form. And then on the 27th, we're going to have Zacian, Zamazenta, Regieleki, and Regidrago as a raid hour. It's going to be wild having 4 different legendary raid bosses that you could raid during a particular raid hour. It's going to feel like that one Pokemon Go Fest where it was all about raiding every single legendary. So yeah, plenty of really great content in the month of November. I think all of these legendary raid bosses are worth going after, especially Dialga. That is a high priority Pokemon that you will want to get as soon as you can. And then of course, if you have a 100% IV of Dialga, you will want to max it out. So farming up the Candy XL for that Pokemon is going to be a high priority, especially if you have an Origin Form Dialga or an Origin Form Palkia that you are using, you will want to farm up the candies for those specific Pokemon. So yeah, lots of great stuff coming in the month of November. I think the raiding content is going to be some of the best we've had in a very long time, and some of these events are looking to be really good. One in particular that Niantic gave the details for is the Harvest Festival event. This event is looking to be a better one, and it looks like they're correcting a lot of the mistakes that they've been committing with recent events. So I'm looking forward to this one. Let's talk about all the details for this event. The Harvest Festival event is going to be happening on Thursday, November 7th at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go until Tuesday, November 12th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. The event bonuses during this event include a double candy bonus for catching Pokemon, increased chances of encountering shiny Pumpkaboo, Mossy Lure modules will attract different Pokemon during the event, such as Alolan Exeggutor, Snorlax, Pumpkaboo, and Smoliv. Next, let's talk about what's going to be spawning in the wild during this event. You're going to be able to see Oddish, Execute, Hoppip, Sunkern, Miltank, Zigzagoon, Bunnelby, the different sizes of Pumpkaboo, as well as Smoliv. And most of these can actually be shiny, so for shiny hunters, this is definitely going to be a solid event. And something you need to keep in mind is that this event is going to be the debut for shiny Smoliv. So if that is a particular shiny that you've been wanting, then it's finally going to be available after this event starts. Now the following Pokemon are going to be research task rewards during this event. It's going to be Pumpkaboo and Smoliv. There's also going to be a paid timed research for $2 USD, and it's going to include 2 Mossy Lure modules, 1 Incense, 1 Lucky Egg, as well as encounters with Smoliv. There's also going to be collection challenges, as well as Pokestop showcases themed around the event Pokemon. So yeah, what more can I say? This event is looking to be pretty good, and I really do think you should not miss out on it. And then finally, let's talk about Max Mondays. So this is going to be another weekly event that Niantic is going to be having within Pokemon Go, where it's going to be all about Dynamax battles. In a similar vein to raid hours as well as spotlight hours, this is going to be happening every Monday from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. local time, and it's going to be all about Dynamax battles. Max Mondays are going to be a new kind of weekly event that will be happening in Pokemon Go every single Monday. The first one is going to be on November 11th, and basically for 1 hour every Monday evening, a different Dynamax Pokemon will take over every single Max battles at every power spot, very similar to how they do it with Legendary Raid Hours on Wednesdays. The Max Mondays that are going to be happening in the month of November are going to be Dynamax Charmander on November 11th, Dynamax Drillbur on November 18th, Dynamax Bulbasaur on November 25th, and Dynamax Squirtle on December 2nd. So yeah, comparatively speaking to October, I will say that November is looking to be a really good month. We're getting a whole bunch of really good content in Pokemon Go, and in spite of any negativity that you might be feeling towards Pokemon Go, you have to give credit where credit is due. Niantic is pulling out all the stops to close out the year 2024 on a really high note, and I think they're definitely achieving that with all of this content. But with that said, that's going to be it for this video. Now, let me know your thoughts regarding everything that I talked about down below. Is there anything in particular in the month of November that you're looking forward to? Definitely share what that is, and let's have a great discussion. Thank you so much for making it to this point in the video. I am Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Jinsula